I'm Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farms Decorator's Tip. Today we're decorating wreaths, and this is one of our fabulous live wreaths. This is a 12-inch frame size with a 24-inch overall. It's one of your standard sizes for doorways, gift-giving, general all-purpose use. So I chose that today to show you how we can very simply dress this up so you can have it or give it as a magnificent, easy-peasy little gift. So I have a standard bow here. This is a 6-loop bow, typical size for this. As the 6 loops, as you get into bigger wreaths, you tend to need more ribbon to accommodate the size of the wreath. So the bow doesn't look too small on your wreath, or conversely too large. So I have another example here. This is a fantastic bow. This is far too big and it overpowers the wreath. Same with this particular bow. Amazing. But you're going to look on something like this. This is going to be something that might go on a newel or possibly on a big finished 48-inch size wreath. Just something that needs that grandeur of that size. But this is perfect on a 6-loop bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That makes a 6-loop bow. When you're picking your bow or your ribbon, be sure to choose your tails that go to halfway to the bottom of the wreath. A little bit shorter, no problem, but they tend to look a little small, like, oops, it's not the right size. A little longer, and they look like they should be on something bigger. However, if you love tails, and they're some of your favorite to see, give you a little bit of motion in there, you could always add a second set. So your full length, your correct length, then your secondary set to give you some additional pop. The other thing you want to do, this could be done. If you were very simplistic, you could be done with this wreath. It's gorgeous, it's simple, it says hello and welcome. However, you might want to add a few embellishments. Say something like these pine cones. Now, wreaths are made so their greens all face in a continuous direction the same way. This one goes clockwise. So when you get in, you'll have an easy side to put the cones in and a hard side. It's always easier to put your cones in, which I am wiring in the direction that the greens are going. That's always the easy side. Because the greens, it gives a nice place so they'll go right in the same direction. And you can see they go down, greens go down, over they go. Now over here, the greens are going up. So you just have to make sure that you nestle that pine cone in and make it look like it's part of it. So not sticking on it, but part of your wreath. That would be important for your final feeling of that wreath overall. You don't want it stuck on there. You want it in. You want it part of that wreath. So the difference, part of the wreath, stuck on the wreath. So this is what you're looking for when you're doing it at home. It's going to look natural. It's going to look like Mother Nature helped you out, and you're just brilliant. The other thing that you can put in there that's very quickly going to add some beauty are things like millimeter balls or little picks. These are millimeter balls. These particular ones have a wire. Make them very easy to work with. You can just choose a spot, wire them into the greens, and very rapidly you can be done and have a little bit of embellishment on your wreath. So they're just so simple to do. Takes no time at all. The other thing that's really nice is if you don't want to wire, and there's some other things that are out there that are easier not to wire. There are things called picks, and a pick is anything that's generally it's on a stem. So this particular wreath is made with a lot of picks. So this is all different picks that we've used here. It happens to be an artificial that we've picked into and glued, sometimes wired, but glued into so that it stays permanently. Outside, it's wonderful to use glue because at the end of the year, unfortunately, that wreath doesn't make it year to year. You have that great fragrance of a live wreath, but the artificial wreaths, you can wire in, and if you ever wanted to take something out, you could change it up. You could use it somewhere else. So with those very few tips, come on in for a little guidance from us. You too can be a genius at decorating, give wonderful wreaths if you want to, and festoon and adorn your doorways magnificently. So until I see you soon, this has been your Dickman Farms Decorator Tip.